9 a.m., 9-ish. I haven't even had my first cup of coffee yet. We're back on the road looking for a spot where we can stay put for a while. Behind on work. But it's okay. I'm sightseeing. And we're at Copper Harbor. Stayed at a spot last night. That was way too much traffic. Fast traffic. I was walking Sadie. She was on a leash. And I heard a car coming and I went to grab the leash and I missed the leash and he just went speeding by. He saw me. Saw Sadie. And he was going way too fast. So, I don't know. A lot of cars. A lot of traffic on that road. It feels like the only, like, recreational dirt road around, and so everybody uses it. Bicycles, dirt bikes. Look at that dump station right there. So state park. Dirt bikes, Jeeps, cars. I mean everything. So anyway, I'm gonna move on and see. Hopefully I can find something today and do some sightseeing along the way when I wake up. Cute. I love the motels. There's like old school motels up here and they're really cool. Look at those old school motels. I want to stay in one. Maine. Do we have any Maine viewers? Are there motels? I imagine a motel like this in a nice little town in Maine. It'll be fall. Like a parking lot. It looks like somebody was sleeping there stealthily, maybe in a Sprinter van. Huh. Lake Superior is so big, everything feels like a beach town. Bakery and coffee. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at these old motels. Look at this. Oh, people are swimming already. Oh my gosh, these motels are awesome. Really, really cute. I wish I had. Well, I was gonna say I wish I'd planned ahead, but not really. I'll do it somewhere else. There's tons of towns like this, especially I think as I head east. So I'm gonna figure out, try to find the road that I want to take along the coast. Hi.
Did you find it? Good.
I did. Stuffed in, with treats and bags.
Right,
and,
I know.
So I'll take a 12-ounce small coffee.
Dark or medium roast?
Dark.
Okay. Anything in it?
No. And
12-ounce dark black.
I'm trying to decide if I want to stick with the gluten-free and go with the banana, but the donuts sound really good. Are the donuts really good?
They're so good.
Are they really? They're like super worth it?
Yes.
I'm going to take a vanilla thimbleberry.
Okay. A vanilla, please.
What is thimbleberry? I've been seeing signs for it everywhere.
Okay, so there's a picture of it right here on their window.
Oh.
And you're probably seeing them.
I am. And that's what they look like, right?
Yes.
Oh,
they're all over right now. Yep.
I've been seeing them everywhere, yes. Okay.
Their leaves are huge, like big, big leaves.
Okay. Oh, and I saw a lady yesterday. Was it you? No. I'll, picking them.
Yeah, it's probably the girls that work here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Oh, so do you make everything homemade?
Oh, yeah, everything.
I'm so excited.
Here, there's your coffee.
Hey, thank you.
Silly. Hey, silly. You just want to play, right?
She does, yes.
Of course. Mine does the same thing.
Yep. She doesn't understand why it's not always playtime.
Right.
Come on. And you're... Oh! Oh!
Can we have another vanilla donut, please?
Oh! I was... Oh! Really? You're going to... Thank you. Sadie girl. I thought maybe the universe was trying to tell me something.
Ah, right.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you so much. I'll hold on to it this time.
Yep.
You sure I can't pay you for it?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Refills?
Please.
What Black.
Black.
I've been craving a donut since Wall Drug. Got my donut. And it's really, really, really good. Lives on from the chip on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Lake, it is said, never gives up or dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. I didn't know that the Edmund Fitzgerald had sunk as recently as 1975. But 130 years before the Edmund Fitzgerald, which was made famous, at least to my generation, by Gordon Lightfoot, the John Jacob Astor sunk right here at Point Richard on September 2nd, 1844. The John Jacob Astor is one of the most historic wrecks on Lake Superior. The brig was used extensively to supply the early outposts around Lake Superior. She was built by the American Fur Trading Company to replace the early French and British vessels that had disappeared from the lake. On September 21st, 1844, the Astor had just finished unloading supplies consigned to the troops at nearby Fort Wilkins, when a change in wind direction prevented the brig from getting underway. A gale, just like the Edmund Fitzgerald, a gale came along and caused the Astor to drag her anchor. She eventually blew up on the rocks near Fort Wilkins dock, where she remained throughout the winter despite the attempts to free her. All of the rigging and machinery were salvaged, but the Astor's loss caused great hardship among the fledgling settlements rimming Lake Superior that winter. Today, the remains of the Astor are completely broken up and scattered. They lie directly off the old Fort Wilkins dock. Divers can expect to find scattered pieces of the hull, timbers, and small structural remains. Very cool. The Edmund Fitzgerald was somewhere else and way, way, way far at sea. Interesting story if you're interested in looking it up about the Edmund Fitzgerald. So I'm going to go to a little grocery store. I like Copper Harbor a lot. I like the Upper Peninsula. Is that the grocery store? I think it is. Yep. Okay. I've got a nice little selection of gluten-free. Very impressed. For a little store like this. This is so cool. Pierogies next to Spanish, what was it, Mexican street corn. What a great selection. And of course, I always love buying local coffee, but Detroit is not local. And look at that. Look. Oh my gosh, look. Wow. Oh my gosh, they even have my favorite bagels. Wow. Nice store. I love it. I love how local it feels. Touristy a little bit with the shirts and stuff. I'm gonna have to buy a shirt. And of course, everybody needs a bug jacket. Look at that. Plenty of stuff for bugs. I'm gonna get some greens. Ooh, local and organic. Absolutely. Well, 62 bucks on just a few things, but you know, you expect to pay more in a little store like that, and mostly everybody was wearing masks. So I'm really happy to see that. Gotta tell you, I love Michigan. I love the Upper Peninsula. There's a very crunchy granola feel too. There's like food co-ops in a lot of the little towns I've been to, and I mean the selection in there was amazing. Oh, look at this kombucha. Unity Vibration. Heart Tuner. Eye of the Worlds. I don't even know what flavor it is. It doesn't say. Uplifting, nurturing, joyful. Herbal. Oh, this one says, oh, less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. Did I get an alcoholic one? I don't think so. No, it's not hard. It would say hard. I know most kombucha has a little bit of alcohol in it. All right. And this stuff, disgusting. Sorry, I don't know. It tastes like rose perfume. Organic ground cardamom. I can't read what that is. Yeah, it's gross. I'm gonna have to dump it. Okay, I had to take a picture and magnify it to be able to read all the ingredients. I should have done that in the store. It was, what was it? The Persian lime and Lebanese rose water. So, ew, ew, ew. Who wants to drink rose? Not me. Record snowfall, 1979 to 19... Well, top of the morning to you. That was the worst Irish accent I have ever heard, and I don't know why I want to speak in an Irish accent. Maybe it's the fog. I've never been to Ireland, but I imagine. Fog. I've seen pictures. My best friend lived there for a year. Yeah. Beautiful morning. Just thought I'd share it with you. It's quiet. Peaceful in the UP. Well, the fog burned off and it's really a warm one today. So Sadie was out running around, so she's a little hot. We're gonna try to cool her off. Come here. Look. There. How's that feel? Does that feel better? Popsicle? It's so good, huh? Yeah, they're delicious. They're pooch pops. They're pooch pops. You want to get one? Here. It's delicious, huh? Oops. So we're having a storm. We are. And I wanted to show you how I trained Sadie to not be afraid of the thunder. They did a pretty good job before I got her, but she would bark a little bit. So what we're going to do is wait until the thunder. I know, you know, her favorite treats. These are, no, settle. These are sweet potato, duck wrap sweet potato. These are our absolute favorites. Can you lay down? Look at this face. Look at that face. She's like, what storm? What storm? There's no storm. So I bite off little pieces. They're, hey, settle. They're big. So she just gets little pieces. Please settle down. And whenever it thunders, she gets a treat. So she associates thunder with good things, her favorite treats. In the beginning, she would bark a little bit. And if it gets loud, she'll bark. So what I do is just let her bark. And then when she stops barking, I reward her. Say, good girl, and reward her. Let her bark. You know, don't get upset. Don't do anything. Just let her bark. Go up next to her. Try to soothe her. I do try to soothe her. It's okay, girl. It's okay. And in between barks, see, we reward good behavior. That's how I've trained her. Sometimes I yell at her. Don't get me wrong. When she scares me, mostly when she scares me, when she does something that really frightens me, my reaction is to yell. Or if she pulls on the leash. When she's actually pulled on the leash, she still pulls a little. She's getting much better. But where were we recently? She almost, we were going downhill, and she almost pulled me over. Maybe it was in a creek. So that's it. That's how I trained her to not be afraid of the thunder. It's getting closer. So right now, while it's thundering, she gets a treat. While the noise is happening, she gets rewarded. If she were barking, which she might do here in a minute, it's getting closer. Wait till she stops barking, give her a treat. Reward good behavior. The green beans have been amazing at the farm stand, so I'm not a big, huge fan of green beans, but I'm loving making 3-bean salad with some kidney beans and some garbanzo beans. And yes, I made some blackberry vegan gluten-free muffins. They didn't turn out too bad. Sadie's doing great. She's doing so good on a leash. Look at this. She's not yes. You're not even pulling. Well, what the heck is this? I don't think it's bear. It should have berries in it. Doesn't have any fur in it. I don't know what that is. But it's fresh. It wasn't out here the other day. I don't think it's coyote. It's not bear. Wolf. So this is the road that goes by the road. I'm pretty sure it's an old logging road that goes by my camp. I'm about 3/4 of a mile out and it dead ends. Or at least it becomes too overgrown to want to walk in tick season. Although ticks haven't really been that bad at all. I had a tick on my stomach in my last camp. I went traipsing through the woods to wash Sadie off in a creek, and I got a tick on my stomach. Didn't embed or anything, and it was a big enough one to see it. But yeah, beautiful out here. You can still hear the road. Look at all the berries that aren't ripe yet. Look at them all. There's some nice blackberries. Oh, they're everywhere. So I've hiked in black bear, brown bear, grizzly bear territory. And I keep telling myself, I feel like I'm almost a little too complacent about bears. I've seen enough bears. I've encountered enough bears. They've been in my camp. They've stolen my food. I know what to expect, I guess, of bears. Of course, I worry about Sadie. She's on a leash right now. I have a feeling about this place. I don't know if it's all the berries being ripe, but I just have a feeling about this place. So she does get to go off leash around camp, but I keep an eye on her. I want to know where she is. And I feel like I've made enough noise in camp that nothing's going to come around. But I am seeing old, big remnants of poop that are nothing but looks like rabbit fur left. So, That's interesting. I would almost think something dug around that rock. Maybe. Anyway, my point was I've hiked in a lot of different... Actually, no. Well, yeah. I was going to say I've hiked in a lot of different areas, diverse territories, and I have hiked in a lot of different areas. My hesitation was that I haven't backpacked in a lot of states, mostly California, Oregon, Washington, Utah. Anyway, I feel like I did another Colorado last year. I did that 3-night trip. So, but I've never hiked in wolf territory. And I was just walking and mosquitoes biting me. Feeling a little eerie, on guard. I did do a little research the other day that they will act aggressive toward a dog even on a leash with a human. So that scares me a little bit. Probably should have brought my bear spray, now that I think about it. I have a whistle. But, I don't know what to do if I encounter a wolf. I mean, I feel like my instincts, my experience, I know enough not to run, but what do you do? So I just tried to ask Google, and I'm too far out of, my signal's too weak. It's not giving me an answer. So, yeah. Anyway, let me just show you around. It's beautiful. Number one survival tip for wildlife. Wow, see, like old logging road for sure. Come here, Sadie girl. Look at that. And they're wide. There's another one up there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an old logging area. Number one tip though. And number one, not even a tip, but thing that I always do, practice, keep in mind, no matter what's out here, human beings are not its primary source of food. They will attack if they feel scared or threatened, like if you surprise it. So if it feels threatened, if you try to take their food away, or get too close to a kill, or if it's just something wrong with it, or if it's become too sensitive to humans. But most of the time, they're not going to attack a human. Most of the time, they want to avoid us more than we want to avoid them. So I'm always talking to Sadie, always trying to make noise. I feel like that is my best defense out here. Even if I'm feeling a little uneasy, just keep making noise. It's going to hear me coming and it's going to run. That, even if it is mountain lion too, I've never seen a mountain lion, but I've hiked in mountain lion territory. Knock on wood, never seen a mountain lion. So, yeah. Anyway, make noise. Make noise, make noise, make noise, especially if you hike alone. Talk to yourself, sing. Some people wear a bear bell. And there's a joke about how do you recognize bear poop? It's full of bear bells or something like that. Yeah. But just had a big storm. It's beautiful out here. I'm wanting to shoot this, and yet I'm really distracted, so I know I'm kind of all over the place with the camera. I'll fill it in with B-roll. How's that? See, definitely signs of activity out here sometime. Long time ago. Look at all the berries. Raspberries. Look at that one. That's a nice one. I've been picking tons of blackberries. I should be out here picking raspberries. They're better. Blackberries a little sour. Raspberries are good and sweet. Look at those. I think they're Litten berries. Look at those, and they're so good. Sadie? They're really squishy. More squishy even than raspberries. Oh, there's a ton of them here. But they got this sweet and tangy flavor. They are so good. I think they might be my favorite. Come in, Sadie girl. You want berry? No. Okay, so I just got a signal. So if you encounter a wolf, just like most other wildlife. Make yourself appear larger than you are. They say, like, when you're backpacking, if you can, you know, it's nice because you got your pack on, so you already look bigger. But if you can take your pack off and raise it above your head, make yourself look bigger. But, you know, what I would do is raise my arms, try to look bigger, maintain eye contact, they say, with a wolf, and slowly back away, maintaining eye contact. They said if it doesn't run away, just continue to slowly back away. And with bears, the false charge. So it's the same thing with bear, although I don't feel like I've ever read before that you're supposed to have eye contact, make eye contact. Mountain lions. Oh, bears will do a false charge. So they say, slowly back away from a bear, make yourself appear larger. And he might charge you, but don't run. It'll be a false charge to test you. And I always say I may not run, but I'd be sitting there with a pants full of poop. Can you imagine? And I feel like I've either heard stories on Facebook backpacking groups, or did I camp with somebody one time? I made a backpack with somebody one time who was false charged. I might be misremembering that. But yeah. So if a bear charges you, don't run. Most likely it'll back off. It's just testing you. Oh my gosh, the berries have definitely gotten better just in the few days that are ripening up, so they're sweeter. They're so good. I just want to pick as many as I can and freeze them. Take them with me in my travels. Back to the desert. I can have Michigan blackberries. It's our last night here in this spot. I've been here, this is the 7th night I've been here. Upper Peninsula, really enjoying it. Don't want to go, but it's middle of August, and I feel like if I don't go, I'm not going to be able to do everything I want to do in the Northeast. I feel like I need to start moseying on. I'm only 10 or 15 miles south of Copper Harbor in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's another peninsula in Michigan, in the Upper Peninsula. But it's been awesome here. Lots of berry picking, lots of privacy. I'm not far from the road. Is it 41? I think that goes up into Copper Harbor. So I can hear the road. It's like not even a quarter of a mile away. So it took me a long time to find this. I drove down a lot of roads. I just wonder what that was. I drove down a lot of roads until I found a good camping spot with good signal. There's a tower about 10 miles away. There's a cell tower where I had both AT&T and Verizon, and I explored every road around that tower that had both signals, and there was nothing decent. There were a couple things that were close to roads. They were dirt roads, but they didn't feel right. So I ended up back here where I had tested it before the whole tire fiasco, and I only have Verizon here, which is only 30 gigs on my phone. But I've made it work. I've been here a week, been doing really well, including uploading videos, which I can do on my phone. It doesn't use my data. Does that make sense? I do bring in my garbage can at night, but last night, it was just getting dark. I came out to grab the garbage can. Just as I came inside, Sadie went nuts, barking outside toward where the garbage can was. I mean, she went nuts. Her hair was standing up, and she went nuts. There was something out here. Is there a bear? Is there a bear? How do you know that? It's okay. You scared it away. You scared it away. He's gone. I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh crap, maybe I should have yelled before I just went, barging out the door to my garbage in the almost dark. I don't know what was out here. Could have just been a deer. Could have been a wolf. Could have been a bear. And she was also this morning too, I think she was barking at something. So I've been a little on guard today with her, watching her. And when we walk down here, she's always on a leash. I don't let her off leash down there because it just feels really remote, and I've seen lots of scat down there. But the weather has been amazing. Especially today's like the best day. I was gonna put my GoPro out to get a time lapse of the clouds, and this is like the only cloudy day I haven't had. It's been a little bit of rain, mostly 70s, a little bit of low 80s. The humidity hasn't been bad. I mean, in the morning, sometimes it's bad, 90%, but then it goes down. But today has just been mid 70s, a breeze, not very humid. The bugs are getting better. Sadie's been running around in the bushes, haven't seen any ticks. The mosquitoes aren't bad outside because of the wind, but I had some inside last night, which was a pain in the butt. I mean, I just couldn't get, again, they were fine. I had them under control inside for a while, but last night I couldn't. And, but yeah, so tons of blackberries. I've picked a lot of blackberries here and froze them. So I just lay them out on a cookie sheet, clean them up a little bit. I don't wash them. I don't know. How bad can they be? Put them in the freezer for a couple of days or however long it takes me to freeze them. So they're flash frozen. Then when I take them out, look at that. So they're not all lumped together. So then I can just put them in Ziploc bags. And they're individual and not one big clump. They're going to be delicious throughout the winter. So, kind of sad to be leaving, but I feel like the UP is someplace I might come back. I mean, like, how far is it? And I probably missed the worst of the weather. I spent the worst of the weather, I think, in North Dakota and Minnesota. So, yeah, moving on. I still want to explore a little bit around this peninsula, the Copper Harbor Peninsula. I'm going to head toward Gay tomorrow, and I'm going to head back up to Copper Harbor because I bought a state park pass. So I'm going to go up there and dump my tanks and get water. There's a campground up there, and dump my garbage. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And a couple things up there. I think for the first time, I think I didn't shoot. So go up there and get some B-roll before I head back down. And next stop's Marquette for mail. I had some mail sent to Marquette. That's it. My last night. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. The UP is everything you guys told me it would be, and then some, I think. I'm really enjoying it. Did I tell you that I've been here a week and I've only seen one car? One guy came down yesterday morning, pretty early when I was walking Sadie for our first walk. But that's it. I've been down here a week and have not seen another soul except for that one older guy in a truck. So, it's kind of weird. That's the thing about boondocking in all the states that I've been in, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, a little bit in Wisconsin, and Michigan so far. The really good boondocking spots are few and far between, but when you find one, you're going to find solitude. People just don't seem to boondock, probably because there's not a lot of boondocking, and I've said it even when I traveled east a few years ago, southeast. I said people just don't boondock. I don't know what it is. Well, the weather sucks. You know, the weather, the humidity, and especially the bugs are a lot worse when you're boondocking. They seem to be more controlled in cities and in campgrounds. The bugs don't seem to be as bad than like if you're plopped like in the middle of a lot of grass and a lot of greenery. So maybe that's part of the reason. And I know a lot of nomads don't come this way, but yeah, I'm telling you, it takes a little bit of extra work. I had to do a lot of driving around, exploring a lot of different roads to find one that felt right. But boy, does it feel right. And I've had privacy, sun, cell signal, my 3 S's. And it's been beautiful. Just me and the bars. Just me and Sadie and the bars. Gonna be sorry to go. So the last day in a spot is always about packing up slowly. It's kind of nice because I can pack up slowly. So my chairs and stuff that were out. Actually, remember my nice GSI REI rocker that you guys all liked so much? That I bought with my REI dividends from all the stuff I bought up for my PCT hike? It broke. I was at Green Bay. I was at the meet and greet with everybody, and it split. The canvas just split. Shouldn't do that. It must have had a little rip in it, and then it just ended up getting split. So that was a bummer. So today, it's been a mess. I've been just catching up on work, catching up on writing. I've been writing a lot, and so today is, especially tonight, just kind of putting everything away slowly, putting all my canisters away. I keep all my nuts, especially since I had issues last year with mice. No problems this year, but I keep everything in canning jars. And you can see, these are great. I gotta tell you, these plastic bins. I just keep everything organized in plastic bins. So I just start putting everything away, start wiping everything down, give it a thorough cleaning before I hit the road tomorrow. And I don't know, I think that's it. Yeah, just gonna be cleaning up tonight. She still likes, I give her part of her meal in some kind of a toy that she has to work for, her mental stimulation. And these things, I don't think I ever showed you these. I bought these on Amazon. See how awesome that is? Look at that. And I love it because it's storage, easily accessible storage. So extra bowls, that's where I keep my NutriBullet and you know, bowls and lids and canning jars and stuff like that I want to access. So I got two of them. I have two of them, one down here, so that when my friend Christy comes, I can just squish them, put them together, and put the other cushion on it, and she's got her bed, because when I tore this out, I was afraid she might lose her bed. And yeah, so I like that. I got them at Amazon. I'll put a link in the video description. So yeah. All right, I'm going to clean up. It's supposed to be a meteor shower tonight. Is there a bear? She's such a good watchdog, aren't you? Yeah. Are you garden? Well, how was that for an amazing boondocking spot in the Upper Peninsula? I have a lot more amazing UP to come, so be sure to subscribe, check your notifications so that you never miss a single video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind.